How are you doing? I'm Martin from Gardens for Life. In this video I'm going to be talking about our transition and what a huge step I've just taken towards a more productive lifestyle. I'm going to try not to go on too long in this video. I've got quite a lot to talk about, so we're going to be making more detailed videos like these in the future on our other channel, which is something I shouldn't be saying yet. So I'm not outside in the garden like you're used to because it's a bit rough out there today. It's just starting to drizzle and it's fierce windy today, so I don't think I fancy filming a video like it, especially a video like this, out there now today. So I'm in here now in Birdland studio. While I've been talking to our friends, neighbors and audience about my intentions for years now, and some of you will already know what I'm about to tell you. I can't say it's been easy. The transition was definitely the most difficult time of my life, especially in the last few months with a double workload at my job, business that's requiring full-time attention at this point, and a homestead that's just bursting with potential everywhere. Massive personal sacrifices have been made, especially in the recent time. Many cold, dark nights have been spent out in the greenhouse, working until well after midnight, especially packing orders. We've spent years now banking hours just working on the homestead and the business, trying to document as much of it as we can. Of course, it always takes extra effort, and that makes progress in general definitely slower. So in the last few weeks, I've definitely almost reached the breaking point, and I've got a family and a homestead full of animals, just counting the days, literally, until I'm able to just go ahead. So I've left my IT career behind, and I'm now full-time on the garden and homestead. I'm going to make much more detailed videos on just certain aspects of it all, like the history of it all and what it was like to do it and to transition. I'll be telling you all about the transition itself and in much more detail on our new YouTube channel. It'll also be on Rumble and Odyssey for those of you over there. It's going to be called Birdland Homestead. Please come on over there and join us on our journey to a producer lifestyle. I will broaden the scope of content hugely on the Birdland Homestead channel, but here on Gardens for Life there's only so much I can do in terms of homesteading. But don't worry, I'm still going to be posting up gardening videos. I'm going to be doing more of the same actually. Probably going to be posting up several videos per week from now on. And there's just a world of information to tell you about. I just didn't have the time to deal with it all and to film it all. So far I've managed to release one video per week almost for the last 6.5 years, and that's about 264 videos so far on Gardens for Life. And I'm sure we're going to be hitting those numbers fairly lively on the Homestead channel, because there's so much more to even tell you about. And hopefully you and other people can benefit from the information and hopefully not make the same mistakes that we made over the years. And we definitely want to include the mistakes because it's always helpful to know what not to do. But at the same time, we want to tell you and show you what has worked and what was actually the most successful. Before I go on, I just want to thank you, our audience, for all of your loyalty over the years and for helping us make it happen. We really do genuinely mean that. Like Andrew from Veggie Boys says, we can grow a lot of things here on the farm or on the homestead, but we can't grow our channel without you. A big thanks to my family for supporting me in what I'm doing here, but also to my colleagues and my bosses at the company I was working for providing or having provided me with the opportunity to downsize my IT career so I didn't have to drive in and out of the city anymore, or even live in the city back 11 years ago. Over many years, Gardens for Life has gone from a hobby to a side hustle to a full-time business, actually providing income to pay the bills, helping us to build the infrastructure and the audience to do great things in the years to come. If you'd like to support us, you can join our members support community in Gardens for Life. I'll put a link below. And the other thing you can do is you can join us on our Birdland Homestead Patreon page. We highly appreciate all of your support. Thanks again. Thank you, Levi. Thanks for making space for me. No, Levi. Nina, are you down there? How are we doing? How are we doing? Oh, that's a good girl. That's a good girl.
People.
That's a good boy. What have you all that dirt on your head? What happened to you? Well, let's go.
Yeah.
So for immediate goals, well, take a deep breath is the first thing I always say. We aren't going to change what we're doing here at Birdland Cottage and Gardens for Life, but we're going to be doing a lot more of the same, and we're going to publish a lot of it and all the extra projects. Can't wait to spend more time with my family and friends, two-legged and four-legged ones. Because we also like bushcraft, we're going to be announcing another YouTube channel. That's right, a third YouTube channel. And it's going to be called Bushcraft Boys, and it's going to be announced in spring. If you're into that type of thing, just stay tuned on Gardens for Life or on our Birdland Homestead channel. On Gardens for Life, we're definitely planning on making lots of videos about what kind of plants we're going to be growing, and whether from seed or from cuttings. But the 2024 growing season is going to be the most exciting growing season of them all yet. There is just so much potential out there, and we're hoping that you'll all come along with us. We'll be hosting live Q&A sessions, so questions and answer sessions about gardening and homesteading online, just to give you a chance to interact with us, but also to ask questions. This will also include other interesting, like-minded producers from Ireland and beyond. One really important aspect that's really close to our heart is actually building community, and we're going to be doing more of that here in the Midlands of Ireland, especially with hosting public events like the Seed and Plant Swap that's actually coming up on the 3rd of March. So mark that in your calendars. 3rd of March, 2024, of course, here in Roscommon. It's going to be a public event, free of entry, and you can bring seeds and plants or cuttings, whatever you have. And even if you have none of those, you can still come along, and if you want to contribute to the event, you can simply buy some raffle tickets. It's been a really great event for just building the community and people getting to meet each other and forming work parties and forming friendships over a common interest. Basically gardening or growing food, and that usually leads to other things like preserving food or homesteading or what have you. We're also going to be hosting lots and lots of workshops and courses both in our gardens and our homestead and in other places, all about no-dig gardening, how to grow your own food, how to preserve food, all the homesteading stuff, plant propagation, forage walks, you name it. Take a look at our website for more details, and hopefully we'll see some of you there. If you're interested in any of those workshops or courses, they're not available online yet, but if you are able to travel to the Midlands of Ireland, come along and take a look at our website. We're even going to be hosting a little course on how to start your own business. So long-term goals, to me, the most enjoyable aspect of all of this is actually to grow multifunctional perennial plants and trees that simply grow for many, many years and benefit both people and the local ecology. I don't see any reason why we should separate those two. And of course, plants that hopefully do well here in the Midlands of Ireland, in our cold temperate maritime climate, and plants that don't need to be pampered. We're basically always looking for plants that do well here without having to look after them too much. If you have any suggestions as to what kind of plants would suit that description, please leave a comment below. I would highly appreciate that. With the coming growing season, we're also looking forward to growing more of the food that we eat, not only for self-reliance, but also for the quality and the flavor and the nutritional value. Local produce always beats industrial food because it's just fresher. Just that alone is enough of a reason for us anyway. And what we don't produce, we'd like to try and source from either a local producer or a more sustainable source. Going full time on the garden is definitely a significant step in our journey to going from a consumer lifestyle to a producer one, which has always been one of our goals. A homesteading podcast and book is also coming within reach and will be announced when the time comes. Seemingly more distant goal, but it's definitely an important one to us, is to scale up our forest garden to 10 acres or more. So at the moment we've got about 2 acres of gardens. In years to come we'd like to acquire woodland and basically do something similar. Preferably we'd like something with mixed trees, but conifers is fine too, that they're very useful in many ways too. And adapt it into something that we can benefit from as much as the local wildlife, especially using many of the techniques that we have devised over the years, especially if you remember our slogan is work with nature. So we've been practicing for years now. Well, if you're still watching now, thank you so much. And I've got some final thoughts here towards the end. Think of your greatest ambitions, your short-term and your long-term goals, even your dream. Keep trying until ideas begin to form and paths become evident. And instead of saying, I can't, ask yourself, how can I? At Birdland Cottage, we always like to say, I don't believe in coincidence, but I do believe in luck. As a great Roman philosopher, Seneca once said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. I'll leave you with another quick, noteworthy phrase. It is better to regret something you have done than to regret something you haven't done. And with that, I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you'd like to support us, please come on over to the Birdland Homestead YouTube channel and Rumble and Odyssey too. You can join our membership on gardensforlife.ie/members, or join our Birdland Homestead page on Patreon. If you have any friends that are into gardening or homesteading, we'd highly appreciate it if you let them know about us. If you have a garden or if you want to start a garden, I would highly recommend you go to our website and take a look at the huge archive of videos that we have there on all kinds of different gardening topics all year round for the last several years. And if you want to buy some plants, cuttings or tubers like perennial vegetables and berries, just go to our website. We'd highly appreciate it. Thanks a million, and we will see you soon, both on the garden and on the Homestead channel. Bye bye.